What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Vegas Postman, and today we are going to be playing some Star Citizen again. 4.10 dropped yesterday, and so far the patch seems to be very stable for me. There's been quite a bit of other news in the Star Citizen community to discuss. So we are today above the lovely city of New Babbage on the planet of Microtech in the Origin M80. So this is a heavy fighter ship. And, let's have some fun. It's been a while since I've logged onto the game. I've been waiting for 410 to actually drop to hopefully resolve some of the issues and some of the things that we've all experienced in the game. So let's rock and roll. So apparently 4.10 has brought a host of bug fixes, including duplicate hangars where, other people spawn in your hangars. It might still be happening, but I don't know if it's just a visual thing or it is a, physical actual glitch. So we will find that out. So we have out of atmosphere, so let's, what I do want to do is I do want to head over and buy myself a new ship. I do have the money for, I think I'm going to go with the Cutlass Red. That way, I have this security when I play single player to, have plenty of med beds to respawn, just in case I mess up, in case things go awry, so, but, alright. So, with the other bug fixes, apparently there was some stabilization for the Siege of Orison, which is an instance-driven type campaign that you can get in with your friends, your squad mates, your org members, so be it anyone that you may want to play with, or I think you could probably lobby up with people that you don't even know. I mean, that's one of the good things in this game. Is there's always very helpful people. I really like the Star Citizen community. I mean, I know the game gets a lot of flack, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people that talk shit on this game they're full of shit. Okay, they have no idea about the game. They don't play the game. They don't, they just see the headline and that's what they gravitate to, and they get their clicks and they, they're on there and they're doing, now if somebody has something negative to say that actively plays the game, well, then that's perfectly fine. But for people that just kind of like, quote unquote, pay attention to it, like, no. You don't have any room to, to talk about any of this stuff. So it's like, oh, the game's been in development for 14 years. It's raised over $1 billion. It's, that's kind of partially right, but not really, because unless you've been living under a fucking rock, they're making 2 games, not 1. They're making Squadron 42 and this. So technically you can't be like, well, it's $1 billion, 14 years, it hasn't been finished. Yeah. So why don't you take a portion of that money and put it towards Squadron 42, and also a portion of that time and put it towards Squadron 42, which today they just put out a letter, so it is been moved to Q2 of 2027, which is obvious. If you're watching this video, today is the 27th of August, right? So that means the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer has dropped, and nobody wants to launch next to that game. That game is going to suck all the oxygen out of the room when it launches, and they know that. It's a smart business decision, because nobody wants to go up on that and then have reduced sales because, everybody's getting Squadron 42. Or everyone's getting Grand Theft Auto 6. So, it's a smart business decision. So can you really fault them for that? So, that's why I give this game some leniency. I enjoy it. I think it's great. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy earning money in the game, doing the missions, doing the new activities, whether it's refueling or the changes that they recently did to mining and doing cargo hauling, and I'll go do a PAF and I'll go do some loot goblin stuff because that's fun for me. So this game is, you can call me crazy, this is my #1 favorite game, and it has been since I got it for myself. I mean, it was literally Christmas of 2025, and we're in 2026, so I've been playing the game for 8 months or so, and it's exactly what I want out of a game, to be able to enjoy myself in multiple different activities. When you're when you're flying around space and flying and doing space combat, when you're doing hauling missions, when you're doing first-person shooters, when you're doing Siege of Orison, when you're doing salvage missions, when you're doing the different game modes, there are games where that is the only thing you do. And this game takes all of those things and is wrapping it into a nice, neat package to be an open sandbox. There's no loading screens, with this. I am physically traveling through the verse right now in real time at a speed which you can monitor. It's not anything crazy. If we bring up the map right now and you look, I am traveling. Do you see that moving farther and farther away for the axis of Crew L3? And now I'm moving towards my destination. See that? This isn't a loading screen, so they're doing a lot of things that are completely unheard of in gaming. This isn't, I'm not shitting on them, but this isn't Starfield where you just jump into some loading screen. You're physically going there. I could be intercepted right now by another player and pirated, and that's what makes this game great. There is no fun in games where there isn't any risk. I wanted Starfield to be an experience where I could bring my buddies on my ships and we could go do missions. Can't do that. I wanted my buddies to see how I, bought stuff for my ship or decorated or, go out and have fun with them. Can't do that. Single player experience only. So, for this game to be able to do those things, nobody is filling the void of what this game is going to do. And I don't think they're going to do it, even if they do attempt it, on near the grandeur and the scale and the fidelity of this game. Do things break? Yeah, obviously. It's code development. It's something that every iteration adds new problems and difficulties and technicalities and things that might need to be fixed or moved or what was working once, they could add a new patch and then all of a sudden, man, it added some conflicts in the code. So I understand when they have problems and difficulties, and they released a video the other day with a discussion about 410, and it was very candid, it was very open, it was very honest. They admitted mistakes, they discussed the difficulties, and that's exactly as a alpha game tester or a backer, or that's what we like. And they admitted that they got away from that. So hopefully they try and get back to that and have a more regular cadence in videos saying, hey, look, this is what we're working on. This is what we're doing. Might go great. Might work the first time. Might take us 2 months to get it right. Or we might not be able to release it this patch because it's so horrible. So, the open and honest discussion, from a game developer is one of the best things that they can do. And I'm glad that they put that video out. It was about 30 minutes or so. And it was good. It gave us a glimpse inside the studio. It gave us a glimpse of, the goings-on inside of CIG and how exactly they're working on, what they're doing in whatever build they're currently, working on. So... we're here in Lorville, so we're going to head over to the New Deal and go purchase that. Go purchase that Cutlass Red. Made quite a bit of money, and I want to add to my ship repertoire so I can continue testing and enjoying this game. So that wasn't what I wanted to open. That's the open. So, as we play the game and, we experience the highs and the lows and the roller coaster of, what this game is, it's an experience. It's, sometimes the game is totally stable and great and everything works perfectly, and other days I get on and not so good. That's okay. It's hard to know. Is this a bug or is it a feature? Is it an intended consequence? Is it because, the programming and things like that? Now, most of the things that I encounter, I know I can, put it to something else because, I have an absolute monster of a rig. So usually it's server rate or, server tick, a bad server. Maybe a glitchy, original patch. And then in a couple days they'll hot fix it and, everything will work much better. A lot of people get mad at this game for, what it is, but it is an alpha state, and what does it matter anyway? All your stuff is going to be wiped again upon 1.0 release. I've already experienced a full wipe, and I've come back, built up my money, bought my ships back, got cool stuff. It's the overarching goal, and it's very easy to lose sight of what's actually, going on and improving in the game. Since I've joined this on just Christmas 8 months ago, there's been numerous patches, numerous improvements, numerous bug fixes, and numerous game content additions. So I really welcome when they do some changes to the game and they make everything and they just make everything work a little bit smoother. They make everything that much better to be able to run missions and all that. Hey, that's a nice suit. Gold, I like that. I think it's this way, to be honest with you. You know what? Let me stop off at Kelto. Let's see what they have. Personal weapons. just food and that stuff. I want to try to find a heavy set of legs for my character. I like the GDC, but you know, they're a medium armor on the legs, so I want something to go well with the Defiance arms that I have, the dust up chest piece, and then my helmet. So that's, the legs are the last piece. I mean, they look good because they have, you know, gold trim on them. You know, it's all about the drip, yo. Plus, I don't see anybody else. I have yet to run into a character that runs a setup as far as what I look like in any way.
So what's up?
So we are here at New Deal. This is on Lorville. And, this is one of these ship dealers.
Do what you gotta do.
So we are going with Drake. What are we looking at? Drake Cutlass Red. 2.714
Thanks.
million. There we go. Nice. Nice. Poor again, we only have 1.2 million credits. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Let's go hang around Lorville. Go to... Still can't go in there. I don't know. Has anybody noticed that they changed some of the looks of some of the things, like the tram for the spaceport is now different. In New Babbage specifically, it looks like it takes a slightly different path. It's a little bit smoothed out, I think, and they changed some of the colorway. So they're tweaking and modifying things, and I mean, you can see the game's not a scam. No?
Yeah, right.
And obviously, I don't have the following of somebody like Moist Critical, but like when he said what he said, like he just doesn't know. Oh, I have my finger on the pulse of the game. No, you don't, because if you did, you would know that 14 years, $1 billion does not just mean one game, this game being worked on. Like, you know that you can take a lot of that money and a lot of that time and spread it between the projects. So it's kind of disingenuous, you know? I mean, Jesus Christ. Fucking Grand Theft Auto spent fucking 11 years and $2 billion on it. And they're using a fucking old-ass engine. I'm sorry. I looked at the Grand Theft Auto 6 today, and it's a reskin. It's a total reskin of Red Dead Redemption with the attitude system of, you know, how you greet people, how you do things, with the Deadeye system that Jason has, with the, oh, now instead of your weapons being on a horse in Red Dead, they're in the trunk of your car. You could play some mini games and do, you know, well, let me go shoot some basketball, or let me lift weights, or let me do something with that. That doesn't interest me. I'm not interested in mini games. I'm interested in immersion for the world. You know, if you, I'm not saying it doesn't have it. What I wanted that to be today was, okay, we're going to show you exactly how many buildings you can go in. Exactly what you can do in the game. I don't want to see a bunch of strewn together cutscenes that are jumping around within different story bits. That way they don't ruin the story on it. And then give you a little bit of gameplay in it. You know? besides the fact the characters still look like they move in molasses in Grand Theft Auto 6. That is a massive problem with that engine. The gameplay is clunky, and when you're trying to jump or run or do anything with any kind of accuracy, it just doesn't work. So what am I looking for? Is it Tammy and Sons? I think it's Tammy and Sons. That's the hospital. No, and it's just like, man, come on, stop. Stop telling people that 14 years, $1 billion. Like, let's break it down even further with the time thing, right? 14 years. Okay, you could take 2 years out of that immediately because they had to get the rights to the old Cry engine, which was turned into the Lumberyard engine, which was then turned into the Star engine. So the litigation alone took time away from development. Guess what else happened? Do people forget about COVID? The world went crazy for 2 years, and development on pretty much everything came to a grinding halt because I'm sorry, but you're not going to develop a video game with a bunch of people at home. You can't get the iterations in. You can't get the testing in. It is not going to happen. That was basically 100% lost time. So what? You knock 4 years, 5 years off of total development? Okay. Well, then there you go. Now you've cut it down to 9 years of development. Then you look at the money aspect. Well, if they're developing 2 games, well, okay. Out of that $1 billion, what did Squadron 42 get? 400 million? 500 million? So it's no longer that this game is $1 billion anymore, right? I mean, anybody with a brain can think about this that actually plays the game and looks and listens to the developer updates and everything all encompassing. It's not rocket science.
Hi.
Oh, hey, what's going on there, girlie? Are you playing pool? Nope.
Anything I can get you?
I need a drink over here.
Sure thing.
Everybody's like, oh,
The Second Life Initiative was in the right
Grand
place.
Theft Auto, it was like my feed was completely full of it, and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, dude, this game is running at 30 frames per second. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, PC players aren't going to see it for 2 years. I mean, if there's any indication, like Grand Theft Auto 5 was. So, what are you going to be stuck relegated to if you enjoy console, I'm glad, great, but that's not cutting edge hardware right now. Like, even your PS5 Pro, like, sorry, you're gonna be stuck, and you're not gonna like it. You're gonna be stuck at that frame rate. Let's go to Central Line. It's obvious that the game is ramping up for that the game is going to be ramping up for the new consoles to hit. I'm sure my rig is going to play it great, but graphics are only one part of a game. Like, a lot of games look fantastic, but if it doesn't capture you with the gameplay, it doesn't mean anything. You know, there's something about the skin and the texture of those characters and character models. You know, and maybe because there's some lost compression or, you know, something inside of, you know, the actual broadcast and things like that. But I really doubt it, because 4K is 4K. You know, like this. You could tell there's a haze in this train. You know, the lighting and the... Like, you can tell that. No, those are real clouds. I can jump in my ship and fly
Everything quiet.
straight through, punch through the atmosphere, and go to any moon or planet that I see. And then go and actually land there and walk around like I'm doing now. Like, in this city. No? Look at that. See the floor? See that? You see that? Ray tracing? Got it all? You can tell the worn marble and the stone. Look at that. It's worn right there for some reason. Here it's kind of cleaner. Up here it's got worn. Why? Because people are probably standing. It's those details. People are probably standing here and looking at the sign.
Hey there.
So when they develop it... Oh,
Hey, what's up?
look at the reflections in it. So, you know, don't talk to me about how great a game looks, because, you know, this whole game is nothing but a wallpaper generator. Like, it looks absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And if you're watching this video, you're watching it in 1080, so you can only imagine what it looks like on my monitor in full 4K. Gonna head back to the spaceport since we bought our ship, and I guess we'll make a little bit of money. I don't really want to be on too long tonight. I just wanted to jump on, say hi to everybody, get your opinions on, you know, if you happen to watch the GTA today. It just didn't do anything for me. It really didn't. This game is leaps and bounds ahead of that game, in my opinion, for my gameplay, for what I like. I'm not saying that, you know, everything is subjective in the world, you know, and I hate when people, like, team, bribe, like, Team Xbox and Team PlayStation, or Grand Theft Auto is the best thing ever, or, you know, even with people that do it with this game, Star Citizen's the best game ever. Like, yeah, I'm sure it is for you, or for me, or, you know. Some people like Forza games and they enjoy car racing, you know. Not my cup of tea, but for them, awesome. You found something that you enjoy, something that relaxes you, gives you a joy, and it's something you can pour some time into, and you get some kind of a return on the investment of time. The game does something for you. It gives you a feeling. And this game scratches that itch for me.
First Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
I think it might have something to do with the altitude. Like, maybe there's trace elements of some gas that stimulates the taste buds or something.
Pretty wild.
Like listening in on conversations that NPCs are having. It's crazy how many voice lines they must have recorded for this game.
What's happening with you?
Why can't people clean up after themselves?
I agree. People need to clean up after
Don't
themselves.
like that. Hey.
Matter of fact. Get a little bit of drink right now. I'm a
Let's
little
pick
thirsty.
up the pace, people. Can't stop here.
How's it going? Hey there.
Sorry if I seemed to like I was a little ranty before, but it's just I don't like when people are misinformed about something or they don't have the whole story and then they talk like they are.
Can't stop here, people.
Does the game deserve some of the bad press it gets? Yeah, but you know, only from people I trust and I know that play the game. Now, there are content creators out there that play this game. They know what they're talking about. Those are the ones where if they critique it, that holds weight with me. Not some rando just because he's got millions of followers, you know. And it's nothing against Charlie. I'm not saying he's not entitled to his own opinion. But I'm not going to trust what he says on this game. I know because I've been playing it for 8 months. And you might call me crazy. You might be like, oh, you're wasting your time. It's never coming out. Well, we'll see. You know? I got like 600 hours in the game. Obviously, it's doing something right, right? You know, like, if I keep coming back to it, then it's obviously doing something for me. You know, I don't have much time to game, so when I do, you know, something as simple as just jumping in one of my jets, you know, one of my vehicles, and just going out and flying around the verse. You know, going and buying a new vehicle, and then boom. Okay, well, now I've got the, you know, the Cutlass Red. So next time I go out and I do a, you know, a PvE mission, that'll be the ship I'll take out. You know, right now they're, you know, this fresh patch, they're giving you a whole bunch of new ships to try for free. So I want to fly the Origin. I want to see this heavy fighter, so who knows? Maybe now, you know, when I get enough money, this will be the next ship I'll buy when I earn in-game credits. space station is that? Cancel this last quantum so I can see what that is. Oh, that's Everest Harbor. Yeah, let's go check out Everest Harbor. I mean, I have so many places to go in this verse. It's crazy how big this thing is. And I love the exploration, just, you know, walking around, hanging out. Doing something, but doing nothing at the same exact time. It's crazy. You know? I'll just go to a place just so I can check out, you know, what kind of food they have there. Or, you know, what kind of armor they sell or weapons, or just to familiarize myself, because, you know, this is going to be, you know, an MMO to where you're going to have to get used to it. You're going to have to know, you know, where you enjoy playing, what you're doing, you know. Oh, I can get this equipment here, you know, I can't refine here, but I can refine here, but I can go here and I can sell it, and I can, you know, those are all things that, you know, you get used to, and it adds to the immersion of the game instead of doing something like this every single time. Okay, I got to bring out my mobile glass, and then, you know, we're looking at, oh, that's a comm array. Where's Everest Harbor? We'll do it the easy way. Everest Harbor. And then you got to read this to make sure. Person's primary port of call for Lowville. So it includes refueling, restocking, cargo transfer, ship components, personal armor, clothing, food, a clinic, and HABs. You know? So the description is there. You know, if you don't know what it has, but I like to familiarize myself, you know? Like, oh, I can run around New Babbage, and I know exactly where I need to go sell stuff, do stuff, buy stuff. And I want that kind of a comfort level eventually with the whole game. And I'm super psyched for Nyx, like 411. Like, they dropped that bombshell. Like, everybody, you know, that was shitting on it because they had a bad live stream with their, you know, with their testing of the Siege of Horus, and now they're all, you know, ball washing because they're dropping not one planet but 3 in 411 in the Nyx system. So, you know, now they're all eating crow and backtracking, and, you know, everything is, you know, it's the best thing since sliced bread, when you should have just had an even keel on the situation and just chill out and relax. Let them cook, man. Let them do what they're doing. You know, be a part of that roller coaster ride. It doesn't always, you know, doesn't always go up. It's got to eventually come down, because that's what gives you that feeling in your stomach. Like, right, getting here, boys. Tight fit. Sure, we're somewhat center. Oh no. Well, yeah. Alright, you know what? Here, let's like it nice and neat. Have down the engines here. Let's see what we got here at Everest Harbor. Gotta be a certain style. The heavy legs. I really want the same arms that I have in that same. Those legs are fantastic, but I'm gonna have to. My guess is probably find them at a PAF, Luton. We'll see though. Maybe I'll eventually get lucky one day. I'll probably get lucky just before they do a full wipe on the game, right? Got my primary objective done. I just wanted to buy that Cutlass Red. And I'm glad I got that. Nice. Don't know if I've ever been to Everest Harbor. Meeting area, security. Hey, buddy, you need a helmet. So do you. Oh, you got one. Burrito bar. Stitcher's beef. Tasty. Buddy out here, the great big verse. Fuck. Because this isn't like a wallpaper back here, you know, with some fake image. Like, this is all physicalized. That planet isn't really there. I can go fly there. Because I just came from there. I want to see if there's anybody flying in the verse. Nope. Don't see any movement. Let's go to the interstation. Should be an armor dealer here. Go check them out. See what they got. See what kind of goods they got. Where would they be? That down straight ahead. Off to the right there. That's a pretty cool helmet. I haven't even messed with flight suits or anything yet. I'm pretty comfortable with the thresholds of knowing what my character can, oh, they have Defiance arms. But are those the gold ones? Oh my god. Dust up arms? Oh my god, they got the whole set right here. I just don't know what kind of gold that's gonna look like. You know, is it gonna be like more like yellow? Is it gonna be reflective? Because those are heavy legs, that's for sure. Yeah, they're yellow with a mustard, not gold. You know, let's go back. That was the end of that page. Oh, Morozov makes red. I did not know that. See, so I would guess every manufacturer. Oh yeah, they do make multiple colors. See, I didn't even know this. That's fucking crazy. What are these? Heavy? Oh, I have these. Okay. What is the Mark IV? That's a medium armor. You know what? My buddy was looking for these. I'm gonna buy them for them and then give them to them. Lion's legs, desert. Oh. What was that, page 3 we were on? I thought the Mark V, or maybe the Mark IVs are the heavies. Let me text my buddy. You got like a lime green. Well, it would have been nice if I could have got some. Categories, legs. Too bad they weren't in the Twilight. Really wanted those Defiance in black. Because I know they have the gold accents on them. Right where, right here. And then along the side they have, these are gold. The whole leg is black. I think these are gold. And then the knee pads are gold. Well, at least Defiance are able to be bought. You couldn't buy them. I couldn't find them anywhere. I thought they were in Nick's. There's here. At least I got that done. Yeah, my buddy's been looking for blue legs for a little bit. It's kind of elusive because, you know, stuff always changes. And Baba. Let's see what they got first. That's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, I like that red. I like that material. I wish it was the honeycomb instead of the leather. Oop, there it is, right there. That's a pretty cool jacket. I like that one too. That would go really good with my whole, you know, gray, black, and gold motif, so to speak. Some slacks. Let's look at the dress shoes. Do they have dress shoes here? They do. Not many shoes. The other Kasaba has much more. Platinum. Not really too much into upgrading ships. I have a little bit of stuff upgraded, but I'm just going to wait for 1.0. That and crafting too. I'll be able to craft much higher quality stuff. I got plenty of stuff. I was just checking to make sure I had med pens. Oh, you know what? Here's the storage. I should probably. I think I can fit those in my my backpack, right? Yes, I can. So I can just take them right back to New Babbage for him.
Hey there.
Yeah, it's crazy. My buddy just started playing this game with his young son, and they sold all the pieces except for the legs. So he's been ISO for blue legs for a couple sessions. So TJ got him for you, in case you happen to watch the stream or. Feels good when this game is running beautifully like this. It's so nice when everything is really working. Nothing's conflicting. There's no new difficulties that we got to deal with. Looking for. I guess we'll just head back home. We'll call it a night. Oh no, obstructed. Let's do Microtech. Should give us alternate jump points. No? No. Okay. We'll do it this way then. We will. See here. Jump to Wicklow. Oh. Never mind, I know why. That's obstructed. We can go to Earl 3. Just so we can get out of the, get out of the way of Hurston here. Because we gotta go that way. Can't. Because again, it's a real planet. You can't just fly through it. I'm gonna do that now since we hit the OM marker. Yep. Queen shot. My little buddy's waking up. My dog always takes a nap after dinner. He's got a nice full belly. He falls asleep for a little bit. So usually when he gets up, I try to not do any game and pay attention to him. Rough house a little bit. One thing I hope I convey through this is, you know, if I give an opinion on something, not only is it my honest opinion, but it's not swayed by anything. I'm not a large content creator. You know, I do this for fun. I have a career. I have, you know, a means to make money. This isn't, you know, clickbaiting or anything like that. When I have a discussion about something, it's very candid. There's no influence on it. There's no, you know, I'm not getting free ships every month from CIG, and I'm not a shill because there's a financial benefit for me. And I usually try my best to only speak upon things which I have knowledge of. So I hope, you know, as the community grows with me and, you know, we play and have discussions on various games or things or hot topics or things like that, you know, you can come to know me, know my opinions, see the consistency, see the, you know, see the value in my stream, even if it's just something that you put on in the background you don't really pay attention to. That's perfectly fine with me too, because I do that for a lot of content creators. You know, I'll be playing with my dog, watching stuff in the background. You know, I've said that a million times. That's what YouTube is for me, and, you know, watching streamers and things like that is something I don't really have to concentrate on. I'll be doing something else. To New Babbage here. Ship's pretty quick for having afterburner in SCM mode. It's definitely a fighter. Any down below us? Must be also doing a rework of a lot of the voice acting because the landing gear down and things like that have been removed, and a lot of your welcoming key lines, like when you actually land, have been removed. Ooh, I will go put these in storage. My buddy, I'm sure he's going to be excited next time he jumps on. Good looking ship. I like it. I think I might work for it. Especially with the, you know, fighter missions and things like that. My skill level's a little low, so that I think that ship will compensate nicely for the lack of skill that I have. Ship down first, actually. Ryu? So far, I'm liking it, you know. I mean, granted, I haven't done anything. I think tomorrow night I'm going to play some cargo, because that was a big problem with the cargo elevators. You'd go to your elevator to bring up the cargo to load it into your ship for the mission, and it wouldn't be there. It'd be in a stalled dead state, and you couldn't even pull it up from your freight elevator. Okay, so I got those legs. Put those over there. I think that's the color he's rocking, the darker blue. I think. I'm not sure, but if not, Everest Harbor has the other set too. It was the first set I ever bought. I think it was Port Tressler, I want to say. I was rocking the Halo look. Everything is done. I just want to say thanks to everybody that tuned in and watches it for a little while. I know it was a short stream, a little bit over an hour, but I just want to get a little bit of stuff done, do some testing, take out one of the ships since they're, you know, they're free. I don't know when they're going to be taking it back. You know, as far as ships go, right now they gave us a Reclaimer, Clipper, Corsair. I just bought the Cutlass Red. To anyone that, you know, follows my channel, I do have occasionally I'll put my content creator code in there. This was actually a free gift to me. This one I bought. This one they also gave to us, the Gattac Rayland. That is got some pretty good sized cargo in it. And the Grey Cat MTC, Starfarer, M80, Perseus, and that's what they gave us. So like 5 or 6 ships just to test around, play with. So it's kind of cool. You know, gives me something to work for. I can, you know, instead of renting it and spending money, now I can just kind of fly it around and know, hey, you know what? I like the M80. I think I'm gonna, you know, save up my beans, pick myself up one. So, guys, once again, thank you for watching. Hope you tune in next time. If you enjoyed the content, give me a like, think about subscribing, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, everybody.